Hello, race fans, and welcome to another edition of Checkers All Wreckers. I am your host, Ronnie Checkers, and we're coming off the South Point 400 at Las Vegas this Sunday, and it looked like early Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin had fast cars. Looked like Logano had a fast car. Kyle Busch was going to at least be in contention until Logano did his classic move, and I'm going to block you at the beginning of the race and try to run you down into the grass because I don't need you passing me. I want to lead every lap. Now, that didn't seem to work too well because KFB was about to send him, never letting off the gas, and it looked like he was not going to lift at all, and he was going to send him just like Chase Elliott has requested. Now, if Chase Elliott is requesting that somebody needs to send you, somebody probably needs to send you oil. You need to fix it. You need to be like Ronnie Checkers, and you need to stand up in front of the drivers meeting and tell everybody, look, I'm sorry I've been racing like an ass, and I'm going to try to do better. And it seemed to work good for Ronnie Checkers, even though Russell Wallace didn't believe it. But it seemed to do good for Ronnie Checkers, and I suspect it might do well for Joey Logano if he can learn that when you're 5 laps to go, it's okay to do the blocks because you're trying to win the race. But 5 laps into the race, you're going to get sent. And they all want to send you right now. You need to fix that. Now, he did end up getting in a little bit of trouble while Kyle Busch and Joey Logano were racing at the beginning of the race side by side. Some hard racing. It's exciting as a fan to see that. And Denny Hamlin ends up surprising him and diving to the inside to take over the lead. Now, Joey Logano was assuming that Kyle was going to take the normal racing line and there'd be room. But Kyle, oh no, there's Dan Hamlin, got surprised and couldn't go down. What's he going to do, run into his teammate? No, I'm going to hold strong. And they ended up getting together, racing deal. I don't really blame Joey Logano. I don't really blame KFB in that, but Joey Logano did get the worst of that and ended up cutting down a tire, having to go down pit road, and he spent most of the day a lap down, never really recovered for contention to the lead. Really not hurting him too much in the playoffs. I think Joey Logano is still safe. Probably going to end up going to the Final Four unless, what's going to happen in Dega this coming up week? Do you think that anybody's going to cut Joey Logano slack? I don't think so. I don't even think Keselowski is going to cut him slack. So I don't even think his team's going to do it. Anyways, I did see strong runs from Alex Bowman and Austin Dillon. Again, Austin Dillon running real well. Alex Bowman in that 88 Honda Chevrolet, he was in the top 5, I think, the whole dang race. I mean, he finished 5th. He did a wonderful job. I kept waiting for him to fade back, but he never did. He was always in contention, top 5, but never really pushing to be the leader. Unfortunately, at Las Vegas and the aero package that they run, unless you're out front, it is so hard to pass. You got to really pull off some moves, maybe use some lap traffic. So Alex Bowman, he'll get better with experience, but at least he had a solid run most of the day. Now, Dillon, 50 laps to go, a belt from the engine gets broken on the car, loses power steering, water pump starts overheating. I mean, hello, go to Napa Auto Parts and buy some better belts. 7 laps to fix it is not going to help you when it comes to championship running. I'm excited to see the resurgence, or let's call it the surgence, I don't know what the word would be, but of Austin Dillon during the playoffs, and it's going to be exciting next year to see how the 3 Childress boys, the 3 car, how well they're going to run next year and be a contender. It looks like they're going to be in the mix of things, and that's exciting to see. For Austin Dillon, Richard Childress, it's going to be exciting to see them running back up front. Now, the real big story of the race that happened is 30 laps to go. Jimmy Johnson blows a tire, which subsequently rips a brake duct off the car, causing a debris caution, but it happened to be during green flag pit stops. It happened to be during the pit cycle, and it is what flipped the race. It's what changed the playoffs. That one debris caution, which was necessary, wasn't some phantom debris caution. You can see it on the film. The brake duct ripped off the car. That's a piece of metal out there. Somebody's going to cut tires, going to get an accident. NASCAR has to throw the caution there, but everybody's in the middle of pit stops. Now, who it really benefited was Matt DiBenedetto, who had already been completing his pit stop during the caution, so he ended up and now he's all of a sudden in the lead. He's in the middle of the pack, teen somewhere, and now all of a sudden he's in first place, and guess what? It's Kurt Busch, thanks to finally Matt McCall, his crew chief, running that long pit strategy, finally paid off, allows him to start on the front row, and the experience of Kurt Busch was able to take over. They had to do 3 different restarts there, but Kurt Busch dominated and had that lead car. Now, Kurt Busch had been running 8th to 12th place most of the race, So he didn't exactly have the best car, but when you're out front with this package, Kurt's experience was able to secure him the win, and congratulations to him. Now, Kurt winning the race, going from worst to first in the playoffs, has really shaken up. Everybody's, oh, that shook up the playoffs. It didn't shake up the playoffs. All it did was shake up the bottom half of the playoffs. It's not affecting the people at the top like Kevin Harvick, who didn't have the strongest run, but he's still at the top of the list. You really think that Kurt Busch is going to be able to start winning races now? He won on the he won because of his experience, but he was in contention to win because of the circumstances of where that pit stop shook out. So I don't really see Kurt Busch, while he might be at the top of the list right now, I don't really see him being a contender. I wish that he would, but he ain't going to be a contender. Basically, it's the bottom half group of the playoffs that got a little shaken up. And to be honest with you, Eric Almirola, Clint Boyer, Austin Dillon, they're all but out of the playoffs. And granted, anything could happen at Talladega. But unless one of those guys wins at Talladega, which would really shake things up, second place won't even cut it for him because you got Charlotte Roval the next week, and I don't see them being a contender for that. So you can count them three out. It's the fourth car out. It's all up for grabs right now, and we're going to lose somebody really good. Congratulations to Kurt for that car. That is the best looking car for me in NASCAR. That flat black, very solid, minimalistic look. Favorite car out there. Trying to get a die cast of that car is very difficult to find. I want the number 1 Monster Energy Chevrolet Camaro. I don't want the 41. I don't want the gear wrench. They're nice, but I want that car. That's the one I'm looking for. Now, DiBenedetto, back to him. He did finish second in this race. He did a good job. He did the best he could. I think he's going to learn some lessons that he'll be able to take forward in his racing career when he has more experience. But he is going to find out later today if he's even going to be in that number 21 ride going forward. It seems to me Matt DiBenedetto is very excited to stay with the Wood brothers. Today is the day his contract dictates that he will have to find out if they're going to continue running him. But who else are they going to get? Who else are they going to get? I mean, Bubba Wallace has signed with Denny and Michael Jordan, of all people, in a very exciting turn of events. I can't wait to see that number 23 Toyota running around the track next year with a big Jordan logo on it. I can't wait to see it. Congratulations to Denny for moving up in the world and starting to be an owner of a quality race team. Congratulations to Michael Jordan for taking the time to and have the business savvy to enter the sport at the peak time, the best time that you could do it. And congratulations to Bubba Wallace for finally gonna have a quality ride in all of that promotion, all of the sponsorship that he has been carrying for the last couple months that keeps building and building and building. I can't wait to see a Kingsford Charcoal number 23 Michael Jordan Denny Hamlin owned ride ridden by Bubba Wallace. And if Bubba Wallace don't start running in the top 10 next year, I can't wait to see who's going to ride in the 23 car after that. Will they keep Bubba Wallace more than a few years if he's not running in the top 10? I do expect him to win some races. I expect him to be at least in contention. He might not win the races, but I do expect him to be in contention. Now, Kyle Larson is pretty much all sealed up for going to the 48, or at least that's the speculation. Nobody's really confirmed it yet. I believe there's a lot of things that work out, like Chevrolet, who has suspended Kyle Larson's privileges. So Hendrick's going to have to pull some strings in order to get Kyle Larson, but he's certainly the top prospect to go in that ride. Now, for the 21 car with Matt DiBenedetto, let's say that they don't want him anymore for some reason. Who else are you going to get? You're going to have to go to Xfinity. And then you're going to have to grab one. There's a lot of guys in Xfinity, Noel Gragson, but I believe it's going to be Austin Cindric. If they get anybody from Xfinity for the Wood Brothers 21 ride who is affiliated with Penske, it would naturally be Austin Cindric's time to move up because his dad is ahead of Penske. So the connection there would be who I would suspect would be going into the 21 ride, assuming that it is not going to continue to be Matt DiBenedetto. I think it should be Matt DiBenedetto. I think he has done everything you could ask for him to do. They're getting some momentum going. Just Give him one more year, and let's see what he can do next year. I don't expect him to go be a champion next year, but I will expect him to win some races. They've been hanging on 99 wins for quite a while, and it's time that Matt DiBenedetto gets that 100th win for the Wood brothers. If you put somebody else in that car, I don't expect, even Austin Cindric, maybe, but maybe not. Let's keep Matt DiBenedetto. That's a change you don't really need to be making. Now, Martin Truex has been my pick to win the championship this year because he keeps quietly having these finishes. Nobody's paying attention to him. You can watch the footage of the race. Nobody's even watching Martin Truex, who keeps on finishing second, third, or fourth. He finished fourth at the South Point 400 Las Vegas this last weekend. He's in contention to win. You got Harvick, you got Hamlin, I got Keselowski. If Keselowski gets to Phoenix, it's Keselowski. But if Keselowski doesn't get to Phoenix, and we know the next two races, anything could happen. It could really get shaken up. They're a lot tighter than people think. Kyle Busch out 9 points is not that. He's, 24, 25 points away from 5th or something like that. I mean, he's right there too. And I expect Kyle Busch to win every single weekend. He is the best wheelman in NASCAR, except he's cursed by the 8-year-old girl that he ignored after end of the Bristol All-Star race. So until he makes that right, I believe he's cursed. He ain't going to win. He needs to acknowledge that girl, he might have had to go to the bathroom, he might have something to do. That's fine. He probably did have something to do. But a nod, a wave, hey, how you doing? Thanks for wearing my stuff. Thanks for coming out. That's all he had to say. But Kyle Busch has basically given up on 2020. He's all but said it. In fact, I think he did say it. He doesn't even expect to go through the playoffs. That attitude must change. We all have given up on 2020. So I can't wait for 2021 to come here, but there's a lot of fans pulling for a lot of drivers. And if your driver said, we gave up, as a fan, it's hard to keep pulling for that driver. I mean, come on. KFB, you can do it. Let's go. This is Ronnie Checkers. I can't wait to see what happens this week at Talladega. Kyle Busch, pull it together, get some positive energy going in your life, and let's see what you can do. You're a 2-time champion. Let's go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, and then you can retire. 8-time champion. Boom. Career over. I'm very happy with that. Congratulations to Kurt Busch. Congratulations to Matt DiBenedetto. Let's assume the Wood brothers keep him in the ride. We're going to find out later today. After that, it's going to be Talladega, and we'll see you. Thank you for watching Checkers All Records. I am Ronnie Checkers. See you next time.